introducing you to some very, very talented people in the room with me, and also all the way in Manila, Philippines. My name is Tati Santiago from Jesse and Tati Morning Star 94.1. And we are here tonight because this Friday there is a virtual event that is going to help raise funds to help out San Diego's homeless youth, but not just San Diego's homeless youth, all the way in the Philippines as well. They also have homeless youth that we need to take care of. So tonight is a very important event to just get to know some of the artists who are giving their time, giving their gifts, giving their talents to help raise money for San Diego Youth Services and Songs for Shelter. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce the only man here tonight. He is surrounded by estrogen tonight, but I want to introduce to you Kendrick, who is here with us from the Lyrical Groove. Yes!
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. The Lyrical Groove is a band that combines spoken word and live instrumentation, cohesively crafted to inspire and entertain. Your musical style is jazz, hip-hop, blues, R&B, gospel, and soul. And I love this here. The Lyrical Groove infuses a potent message with social consciousness and a spiritual awareness that sings to your humanity and moves your soul. We are so glad you're here, Kendrick.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
I like the way you read that.
Me too.
I told you guys I can read off paper. I can't sing. You guys are way more talented than I am. And to my right here, we have the lovely and talented Rebecca Jade, who will be performing this Friday night as well for Songs for Shelter. Rebecca Jade and The Cold Fact. The band will be here as well. Yeah. And you guys just recently released your sophomore album. The name of that album?
Yes, called Running Out of Time.
Running Out of Time. So this is the, I'm going to say this here because you're probably looking at Rebecca Jade on camera right now, and what I say next is probably going to make your jaw drop. But Rebecca Jade has 27 years of recording experience, and I saw that and I said, okay, so she started recording last year because how? Okay. But Rebecca Jade is well known and an award-winning singer, songwriter, actor. Kendrick and Rebecca actually know each other both through basketball.
Right. Just balling.
Yeah.
We just balling.
Teammates.
Right.
Even.
So in this room, they both know each other, and we've all been in the same room before. So this is nice to be together. She is not here physically, however, she will be headlining this Friday night for Songs for Shelter. I want to welcome on Reneé Dominique as well here with us tonight. Reneé, hello.
Thanks
All right,
for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us all the way in Manila, Philippines. I want to say that Reneé is a singer-songwriter. She is 22 years old, international young creative artist who is known for her music and beautifully created videos on YouTube. I'm seeing that you have over 100 million views on songs that inspired and touched the hearts of people of all ages. You're a global entertainer. You have over 1 million subscribers and counting throughout Asia, America, Europe, and many parts of the world. We are so blessed and honored to have you here with us, Reneé.
Yes, thank you so much. The pleasure's mine.
All right, so I want to go around right now, not just the room, but with Reneé. Reneé, this is your second year doing this, correct?
This is my second time actually doing this. Yeah. So the first time that I partnered with Songs for Shelter was last February for their relaunch concert in San Diego. So I was there physically and I got to perform, and it was an amazing experience. And since then we just kept in touch, and they told me this idea of wanting to do this concert again and annually. And I was like, of course, this is a cause that I truly believe in, and I'd love to be a part of it again.
It would have been nice to have you here in San Diego, but because of the pandemic, you were there, and we are here. Don't worry, we'll enjoy for you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's beautiful in the Philippines, too. I've been there before. So you're going to be doing the concert virtually for us. Will you have a band there with you?
Yes, I will have a full band with me. The band that I always play with when it comes to live events will be playing with me. It's going to be a multi-camera experience. We set up a whole set with lights and everything, and it's going to be a full concert experience, even if I am thousands of miles away. And I wanted to make sure that everyone can get a taste of that, at least.
Reneé, why is it important for you to do Songs for Shelter? What is your affiliation with your experience with homeless youth?
hmm I've always been burdened by just people who are living on the street. I have been just, I was young, and there was this time when, because, homelessness is such a common thing here in the Philippines. There was one time that there was just this, like, these kids knocking on our doors asking for money, which is a very common thing here, by the way, especially in Manila. And then every time, like, I just get so emotional and I start crying and I start to tell my parents that, like, hey, please, can we just bring them home? Like, let's just bring them home. Like, they don't deserve to be here. Like, I don't deserve to be in a car with air condition. And then these kids who are, like, a lot younger than me are out in the streets, like, fighting for their lives. So it's always been something that's been in my heart. And it also kind of runs in the family, because my dad also is very passionate with helping less fortunate kids by giving them alternate programs for education, and teaching them about God and all of that stuff, and giving them livelihood programs. So it's always been something that runs in the family, and something that I've always wanted to do for a long time. And I thought that now is a perfect opportunity, and because I partnered with San Diego Youth Services and Songs for Shelter. It's amazing because we share the same passion for homelessness. And it's crazy because when you think San Diego, you wouldn't think that there are homeless issues there, but it's crazy to think that everywhere around the world it's the same thing, and it's something that we don't really shed that much light on. There's a lot of amazing advocacies out there, but nobody deserves to be homeless. And I think that it's one of the biggest advocacies that we should focus more on.
Kendrick, you're here in San Diego, and sorry, you, Rebecca. And I want to ask you first, Kendrick. What is your what moves you to help out with homeless youth? What is it that in you that wants you to share that gift that you have?
So actually, by day, I'm a social worker. So I actually get my hours to be a therapist, and for me, my personal connection is I used to work with San Diego Youth Services for the counseling code program, specifically with homeless runaway youth. Kind of like a mentor. They would come in and get therapeutic services, and then I would help them in the community and support them actually, working on their different challenges for school, engagement, if it's anxiety, all the different things. So, and I'm fortunate enough that, I'm still in the city, and so even though I've moved on to, different jobs, I still see these youth in the community, and I see them growing up, and I see them jobs and families and everything. So, having that experience of just being able to kind of work with them and connect with them over the years, and just really create some really dynamic relationships, and to still be able to kind of see them, live life and grow beyond the challenges that they face is one of the things that I just truly appreciate about their journey.
I'm sure it's hard to forget any of those transition youth children that you worked with. Yeah. So definitely you're attached to their story, and I'm sure your name gets brought up in their story as well.
Yeah, actually, it's probably one of the most remarkable stories that I actually have related to that is, one of the youth that I worked with was going through some challenges. It had been years, probably about a good 4 or 5 years since we had both worked with the organization. And, we see each other from time to time in the community, but he was just going through a tough time. And I get a call on a Monday night in February, and it was a police officer, a detective, that says, do I know this particular person? I was like, yeah. And it's like, well, actually, he was on the bridge. He was on the Coronado Bridge,
Which is a famous bridge here in
Right.
San Diego for anyone who feels like they are no longer wanting to continue. That's what that bridge is known for. So they called you and said he's there.
Yeah, and so I went up there and whatnot, and we talked, and so it unfortunate circumstances, but I was the name that he gave in terms of anybody that could be reached out to, and so they located me, and so we reconnected, and been able to kind of still engage with him in a different capacity over the years and whatnot, but he's doing pretty good right now. So yes, those connections they stay with you.
Thank you so much for sharing that story. For anyone who's watching this right now, Songs for Shelter is going to be this Friday. It will be virtually live at 7 p.m. Hopefully you're here for it. All the money raised is going to help San Diego homeless youth, as well as youth in the Philippines that are also experiencing homelessness. Rebecca, what is your personal experience, if you have any, or what moves you to be here for Songs for Shelter and give your gifts?
Well, I actually am good friends with Charles Parisi, who is the person. He and his daughter Ava are the ones who are extremely passionate about it. Are the ones that shared their passion for Songs for Shelter with me a few years back. I want to say, gosh, I think like 4 years ago is when they were kind of starting it, or they had already started it, and I asked me to be involved. And
So this isn't your first.
this is not quite my first time. No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
We did an event at one. Oh gosh, I'm trying to blank on the name of the hotel right now. But we did an event at a local hotel downstairs, and it was a fundraiser as well for Songs for Shelter. So I've been on and off involved with this actually over the course of the last few years. And Charles, like I said, Parisi is a dear friend of mine, and he's the one that brought me on. It was like, and his passion trickled on to me. I mean, his passion, and sometimes we are. That's the beauty of things like this, is sometimes we don't realize where there is a problem. So I never had a personal experience with that, but he shared that with me and brought light to, homeless children here in San Diego. I mean, we have a huge homeless problem,
Right.
Yes.
and a percentage of that are babies, are the kids, are the youth, the teens, and I think it's unfortunately it gets swept under the rug, and we need to dust that rug off.
That's right. I believe it. I believe it. And it takes all of us to come together and do this. I saw homelessness and I know this is crazy to say, I saw it all my life. However, I didn't pay attention until I saw it when I was in Washington, D.C., and it wasn't even my eyes that saw it. It was my daughter. So my next question to you, and I think with Renee, you mentioned your father is a pastor, I believe, and he helps out with homeless youth there in the Philippines. Is that who inspires you? Because it was my children who inspired me to open my eyes and actually see more than just my everyday life and my social media, my selfies and my likes and what I'm doing with my career. Like, who was the one who kind of tapped you or inspired you to, look outside of just what you're doing?
It was definitely my dad. My dad is a missionary worker, and he's just always been passionate about reaching out to the younger generation. And he's one of the most selfless people that I know. And just like you, like I have always had a burden for kids who are homeless, but I've never really realized its impact because you're the privilege, basically. But when you see someone, especially in your family, being very, very hands-on about helping people with these issues, you start to see how real is it and how hard it actually is. And it makes you really think to yourself that, okay, I may be more privileged, but what can I do with this privilege to help out those who don't have it? So.
Thank you for answering that, Renee. Kendrick, for you, was there someone in your life other than, you said you worked at the San Diego Youth Services, which a lot of this will, the money raised here will help out San Diego Youth Services. But was there anyone in your life that kind of pushed you towards seeing more than just what was going on with you and your immediate circle?
I think just the space where I grew up at was just, I'm from Dallas, and just southern country living to a certain degree. But what actually got me into the field was I was a substance abuse counselor in the Navy. And hearing the stories of the sailors and Marines that I would work with, realized that, come from a lot of different very challenging backgrounds, which included, abuse or homelessness and different things of that nature. So when I transitioned out of the military, I was fortunate enough to get an opportunity to work with this specific population. But definitely being in the field and understanding the challenges and what it could potentially lead to, with drugs and alcohol in terms of coping and things of that nature, just really kind of set me in that trajectory.
I see. And you said, Rebecca, you said it was Charles that got you kind of into this. But before that, did you feel the need? Was there someone in maybe your life, in your family, in your background that kind of inspired you to want to help out homeless youth?
Yeah, well, actually, I would say, and she's another local artist who has taken on her own journey on helping the San Diego homeless. Steph Johnson is a local artist, and she really.
Kendrick said, "I know, yes,
yeah,
Steph."
yeah. Oh, Steph, right? Yeah, Steph. Yeah, shout out to Steph Johnson and her whole team that
Right.
are they actually, they're doing their good work and trying to help the community as well. And what I do appreciate, because it's really easy to disassociate and disconnect when you see people, if you don't have, but these are human beings, and we need to really challenge ourselves to break that barrier and empathize in some way. And maybe we didn't go through it, like Renee mentioned, that sense of privilege that we might have, and that not everybody's maybe had the leg up that we're making it right now. We're doing it, and maybe it's because of our family history, background, whatever, and not everybody has that exact opportunity. And but yeah, I would say Steph Johnson, that really was a proponent of that for me, because she is like us, she's an artist, and she was like, no, this is a problem, and I really honor her and respect her as a friend and a human being, and she just helped to shed a light for me.
You all are so amazing for giving your time. This Friday, we have Kendrick here at the Lyrical Groove. We have Rebecca Jade here with us tonight. Rebecca Jade and The Cold Fact will be performing this Friday. Reneé Dominique is in the Philippines here with us. Renee, if there's a message that you can give anyone who is thinking about tuning in Friday, they might have a binge-worthy show that they want to get into. If there's a message that you have for them, what can you say to somebody who isn't sure if they should watch or if they're even able to give anything? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I just want to invite all of you to please do tune in to the Songs for Shelter benefit concert this coming Friday, San Diego time at 7 p.m. And if you're from Manila, it's going to be 11 a.m. the next day, Saturday. So please, this is for a really, really good cause. And not just that, you're going to have an amazing show. Of course, we obviously have a lot of amazing talent in the room. So besides sharing, you can just have your own concert for free in the comfort of your own home. And, it's for a really, really great cause. And I do hope that you guys can tune in. And also it will be live on my YouTube channel. So you can check it out at youtube.com/Reneé Dominique. So I really, really hope that you can come and support. It would mean a lot to not us, but to everyone out there who needs a home.
Kendrick, you as well. You have any message to those that are wondering if maybe they should skip, Mandalorian on Disney Plus, or
I know for me, like, just to be able to experience the live music dynamic, and I definitely miss being in the live setting, but this right here is the best thing, and especially just the talented load of artists that are going to be on this particular stage. So
I saw you posted on your Instagram. You're like, I haven't been on a stage. I haven't performed. This has been a minute for us to do this. And
it has.
I know that it's virtually, and anyone who's watching at home, I'm sure you miss the live experience too, the live music experience. But this is as good as it's going to get for people at home.
Right. For a good little while at least. So definitely tune in and expect to be inspired. I know all the artists that are going to be performing, and to be friends with Rebecca and Cedrice, and and I still get inspired knowing them and seeing them do their thing.
I'm glad you just said Cedrice, because I haven't mentioned at all during this whole oh my gosh. Cedrice is also going to be performing this Friday night. Cedrice has been on The Voice. I have met her as well. I believe she was on the same panel you and I were on. It is a community of givers. I want to say that when you know people and you see people out and about at these community events. So these are familiar faces you're seeing here, but the talents, if you have not been able to experience their talents, Rebecca Jade, you will be performing as well this Friday. What is your message to anyone who isn't sure what their Friday night plans are just yet?
Well, if if you don't have an association with homeless youth or anything like that, come for the music, but stay for the message.
There you go. Songsforshelter.com. It's this Friday night. I don't know if I missed anything. I feel like we need to plug some socials. Songs for Shelter is definitely .com is where you can get all the info on all the social. Did you guys want to Hey, I'm Renee is your social there, Reneé Dominique, right? In Philippines, it's Hey, I'm Renee.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
awesome.
Renee on Instagram, Twitter.
Instagram and Twitter. Okay, and Kendrick?
Instagram at The Lyrical Groove.
At The Lyrical Groove. Okay, Rebecca?
All my social media is at Lady Rebecca Jade.
I love it. See, you guys are cohesive. I'm all over the place, so we're not even going to go there. We're just going to say my info will be at songsforshelter.com. We'll see you guys this Friday night, 7 p.m. here in San Diego, and it was 11 a.m. in Manila.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Yes, the next
On
day.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Next day.
All right. See you guys. I can't wait.
Can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Toodles.
Toodles.